I've always found mirrors a bit unsettling, haven't you? It's that feeling that the person staring back isn't quite you. The eyes are a little emptier, the smile a fraction of a second too late. My name is Lena, and after my grandmother passed, I inherited her old house. It was filled with memories and, unfortunately, mirrors. I covered them all with dusty sheets, except for one. It was this tall, ornate mirror in the main hallway. Grandma called it the looking glass. It was ancient, the glass warped in places, but I couldn't bring myself to cover it. The first few nights, I'd catch myself glancing at it as I walked by, just a quick check to make sure my reflection was still mine. It always was until it wasn't. One night, exhausted, I was heading to bed. I saw her in the glass, my reflection, but she was standing perfectly still, her head tilted, with a slow, deliberate smile spreading across her face. But I wasn't smiling. My blood ran cold. I froze, and so did she. That unsettling grin locked in place. I managed to whisper, "Stop it," and watched in horror as her lips moved in perfect sync, even though I hadn't made a sound. The next morning, the mirror was fogged up from the inside. When I touched the glass, it was colder than ice. I reached for a sheet to finally cover it, but stopped when I saw faint letters traced into the condensation from within the glass. "Don't leave me alone." That night, I dreamt of my grandmother. She was standing in that same hallway, staring into the looking glass. But the reflection staring back at her wasn't her own. It was me. Smiling. Waiting. I woke with a jolt to the sound of soft, muffled laughter coming from the hallway. I crept out of bed and peered at the mirror. My reflection was already there, waiting for me. It was my face, but the eyes were darker, the skin pale and almost gray. It raised a hand and waved. I hadn't moved a muscle. I screamed and threw a blanket over it. The laughter stopped. For a few weeks, I avoided that hallway entirely. But one evening, I came home late to find the blanket lying in a heap on the floor. I looked into the mirror, and my reflection was gone. It was just an empty hallway staring back at me. A sense of relief washed over me, but it was short-lived. I turned around, and there it was, standing behind me, inside the mirror. My phone clattered to the floor. The reflection pressed its palms against the glass, and the surface began to ripple like water. I ran for the front door, but as my hand touched the knob, a chilling whisper echoed right behind my ear. "Now it's your turn." The next morning, a neighbor found the front door wide open, the lights in the house flickering erratically. The looking glass in the hallway was perfectly clean, without a single speck of dust. And trapped inside the glass, a young woman stood smiling, her hand pressed against the surface, just waiting for someone to let her out. Thanks for listening to my story. If you enjoy spooky tales like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Stay safe out there.